And there will be 10 Republican candidates in this debate.
For insight into what we can expect, we turn to Marquette Law School professor Charles Franklin.
And we are thankful to have you here. He is joining us from Madison. Again, thanks for joining us. Let's begin, Charles, with the question, what does Scott Walker need to do tonight to sort of break through? He's a guy who has this Midwest nice approach on the campaign trail, but does he need to raise his game tonight?
I think most importantly is he has to get over his message and remain in control of what he's saying. That's one of his real strengths. I'd be surprised to see him get pushed off of it. The other is there are going to be a lot of strong competitors there. And so he needs to not appear to be a little too shrinking. You know, sometimes people criticize him in the national picture for not being strong enough in his speaking. I think he might need to ramp that up a little bit tonight.
Professor, let's talk about the Trump factor. We know Donald Trump is all-encompassing, and if this debate turns into basically the Trump show, what will that mean for Walker and the other candidates?
Well, the first would be shifting the focus to Trump. I imagine that the reporters asking questions are going to ask a number of fairly tough questions of Donald Trump. You don't necessarily have to wait for the other candidates to ask those questions. But a function of that may be that Trump gets a disproportionate amount of time for the questions. Therefore, the other candidates have to be sure they make the most of their opportunities.
Professor Franklin, let's talk about what will probably happen here. I mean, Governor Walker says he's going to largely ignore his opponents, try to talk to the voters. Can he afford to do that tonight, knowing that Jeb Bush is on the stage, Marco Rubio as well? They might be looking to see what he has to say, trying to appeal to the same voters. And also this Ronald Reagan rule, not to say anything bad about another Republican. How will all that play out?
I'd be surprised to see Governor Walker launch attacks, but I would not be surprised to see him respond to criticism. If you look at his past debating style, he stays very close to the points he wants to make and emphasizes them, but he's also willing to rebut a criticism if it comes his way and occasionally launch one of his own. Most importantly, remember, this is just the first of a number of debates, so none of these people have to win it tonight. It's like trying to win it in the first half of the first quarter. You've got a long game yet to play.
Yeah. You just don't want to lose it.
Yeah, and you don't want to peak early. Charles Franklin, Marquette University professor, we appreciate your insight with us on Live at 6.
Appreciate it. Thank you. We will have a follow-up on tonight's debate on Live at 10.